Good morning.
How are you?
Catch you at about time?
Nope. Good time.
Cool. I got your email with that information, and I left a message with the authorized agent, Chris, with that law firm.
Okay.
To explore maybe. I agree with you. Looking at this diagram, it would only make sense if they would want to buy you out.
Right.
But we need to see how realistic they're going to be. Because there's two things that are going on here. One, how realistic will they be for the land value? Because ultimately, I doubt they're going to want to use the house. They're probably going to want to knock it down and include it in their plan. Would you agree?
I would agree.
And the challenge with that is it the highest and best use for the sale for you guys to go that route? Because if you're looking at it from the perspective of the land that they've bought nearby from a price per acre standpoint, I don't know if it would be as valuable.
Right.
But then on the flip side, though, when we're talking about the buyer and it being a relatively unique buyer, not only do we have what we're selling there, but we also have this as a impending change, something that we would have to disclose this to a buyer, and they'd have to know, hey, you may be buying this, like an acre and a quarter property, but you may be butting up against commercial development coming as it's in the works. So it's kind of a window of opportunity here to figure out what the best route's going to be.
Right. And I think, I don't know, to me, it's like, why wouldn't the commercial people want to buy it? Like, my position on it was when they were coming through, because it was, I don't know, over a year ago now, but when they were buying some of that stuff, like I told you, they were trying to kind of buy us out at that time. And I think at that time they were offering like $650 somewhere in there. And
okay.
I was like, at the time I couldn't get rid of it. I had a tenant in there, and then we were using it pretty heavily. So my thing was like, okay, well, you guys, I'm gonna try to get a number that we want, or I'll just be your hillbilly neighbor. Right. You have to deal with that.
Exactly.
And then the other side of it is it if they're able, and I don't know where they're at in all that process, but potentially, I don't know what it would look like to try to convert that commercial ourselves.
And sell it as commercial?
Yeah.
Yeah. That could be a good thing to explore as well. That is part of what I wanted to talk to the agent on, is like, okay, we got the notice as of April 1st. What was that? 2024. So we're a year past that.
Right.
What's the status? What's the situation?
Right.
That information could be useful for us in a number of different ways. So that's what I wanted to talk to him about. Hopefully he calls me back.
Yep. Yep. But it's unique for sure.
Yeah, there's a few different. It's kind of a chess play here, because we could have leverage, and then we could also lose leverage depending upon how things unfold.
Well, that's why I called you, so you can find us the leverage.
That's right. That's right. We'll work on it. So hopefully, as soon as he gets back with me, I can get some more puzzle pieces to this picture and figure out what the best route would be.
Cool. Yeah, because and obviously, sooner than later, so I can figure, like, if I'm going to sell it, then I want to get it sold. I don't want to sit on it, otherwise I need to put a tenant in there, and then,
Yeah, I got you. If he doesn't call me back today, I'll just keep blowing them up, or I'll go to the county directly and find out what the case is. So that's probably what I'll do, is I'll take the case number to the county and find out what the situation is.
Because, all that stuff through there, the first documents I sent you, obviously, about all that stuff that they were pushing for in Peoria.
Right.
And so there's kind of a lot of things going on, but...
Yeah, and there's a couple different avenues. What I was saying in my email is I think to the right buyer, $650 or even up to $700 could be reasonable for the right person.
Right.
But if we're looking at it from a residential perspective, just like when you got the appraisal, we're going to be bound by what we can comp out. And I think we're going to be shooting for the stars if we're thinking that we're going to get closer to $650 from a residential perspective.
I think you could get $650 pretty easily in there. I know what some of the lots were going for in there. I just did a roof on a house that a guy bought a terrible piece of land, and it was like a cash. I don't know if it'll show in your stuff, but I think it was a cash deal. It was like $250 for, I think it was like acre and a half, acre and 3/4.
Which that sounds about right from a land perspective. The people that were buying the land up, these commercial folks, they were getting it cheaper because they were buying it in bulk.
Yeah.
But the highest they paid from a price per acre is $215. So that makes sense to me. But again, I think this property, the value is going to be in the right buyer, without a doubt.
Yeah, for sure. And to me, that looks like it would be a commercial buyer to me, but I don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
Yeah. And we could always, I'd have to have a couple of broker conversations just to make sure from a compliance perspective we're safe, but we could always attack both angles, list it both residentially and commercially, pending the question of, hey, can we list it commercially if it's not currently zoned? And that answer will come with finding out where the county and this law firm is at with that conversion.
Yeah, sure.
So
well,
okay,
you would think it would only help us if, you know, that they're obviously a big firm, a lot of land, they're trying to push commercial and all right through that area, QT and all those houses, you know. So
yeah, I think it would make sense. I mean, it makes the most sense from a raw real estate perspective, highest and best use of the land. It would make sense to convert it to commercial and include it in that project.
Right.
So now it's just a matter of whether or not they're willing to pay what you're willing to take.
Right. Do you have any idea if we wanted to get that rezoned, do you have any idea like what the cost would be associated with that, or?
I don't off the top of my head, but I could have some conversations with the attorney just to get an idea.
Okay. Have you ever done something like that?
I have not personally. Some of my colleagues have worked through rezoning, but I know it's a bit of a process.
Yeah,
so I'd have to get a little bit of insight from them.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good, Todd. Appreciate the call.
I'd imagine too, Sheldon, that if they're on the verge of being successful of converting that adjacent land, it would only make sense from almost any angle to more easily convert your parcel to commercial. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So, but yeah, let me keep digging into it a little bit more, and we can figure out what's going to be the best route of action.
Cool, man. Sounds good. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Have a good day.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so that was one of our real estate agents. We had a real estate discussion the other day where we talked about some of this stuff, but this is, again, goes back to like, this is what you guys, this is how you're going to build wealth, build a portfolio of properties. It's just, you're rolling one thing into another. If I can sell this property and get the number I'm looking for out of it, I'm not cashing out on that. I'm taking that and I'm rolling that into the next thing. You know, you keep trying to step up. So it was the property you heard him talk about, the commercial stuff. That was a lot of the reason that I purchased it, was because I saw the location, I saw what was going on around there, I was able to get it at a low price, and hopefully we can cash out on it now a couple years later. So it's not necessarily like a fast play with the real estate stuff, but you know, I like, sorry, Tyler, I like investing in, like, I'm not like a Bitcoin guy. I don't do that. I don't really do like stocks and stuff like that. Not saying you can't make money doing it. There's guys that do it, they make money, but I like investing in, you know, physical assets, or like a tangible item, like a piece of land or a home. You know, like very, very rarely are you gonna, unless you buy at the completely wrong time with homes, and very rarely are you gonna lose money on that. You know, you're always gonna have that. If I wanted to go take a loan out against that house, I could pull the equity out of that house and get $400,000 or $500,000 and go do something else with it. But what I'm trying to do is roll that into more properties, bigger properties. If I can get rid of this one for the price they're looking for. The goal with this one is to get into a commercial property. So, but we are headed to our next stop here. We're going to do an appraisal. I'm going to do an appraisal for another roofing company locally. So for those of you that don't know what appraisal is, like you hear appraisal and you think like real estate, right? Well, it's similar, but not really. So in your policy, in your homeowner's policy, you'll have a clause about appraisal. And basically what it is let's say you have a claim and you're not agreeing with the insurance on what the payout should be, or potentially what the scope should be. And you can enact your appraisal clause, and that is where the carrier will get an appraiser and you hire an appraiser. It can't be your contractor. That's why I'm doing it for another company here. But those two appraisers will meet. They'll look at all the evidence and the damages or whatever is going on in the claim and make a determination on what the scope should be, or what technically what the settlement should be. Now, if you can't agree, we have an umpire list that we choose from. And then if it gets to that point, the umpire will look at both sides and all the evidence, and then they will make a decision on it. So I think this one would be pretty easy. It's like a pretty small, like 3-tab roof. So the shingle's not available anymore. There's some decent wind damage on it. Looked like the initial estimate from the carrier was like a couple grand. Contractor was trying to push for a replacement. They had an ITEL report that said the shingle wasn't available anymore. So that's where when I meet with this appraiser, that's the play that I'm gonna have with him. And this guy's a nice guy. It's not so much of like a conflict like you see with a contractor adjuster. Like appraisers aren't really, it's not really like that. They're pretty reasonable guys. So we're gonna hopefully get this thing knocked out pretty quick here. Brochure. Let me take this exit. No, next one. But yeah, and you know, this, like I said in the past, I mean, we're not necessarily, it's not us against the world. Like if we could help other guys out and other companies out, I'm all about it. So hang tight. We're about to be here. We'll come back once we're done.
Is this me or you?
It's got to be you. I'm looking at my phone on speakerphone.
Weird. Yeah, I would just say the only thing we're looking at there is if like just a final cleaning or masking or just some simple things in the interior. If it's like a leak in their ceiling and painting instead of replacing some drywall insulation, just be minor stuff.
Okay.
I don't need to go in to see that. If it's already covered on there, it's just a matter of.
And then as far as the homeowner goes, do you guys typically let them know that we're coming?
Typically you would. I just didn't forget to tell you that. So you would just text. I
think Martin said he was gonna try to call them.
Okay. Yeah. What you normally, the person on the insured side lines it up. So what you would normally just do there is you would put a note like with our team, and then they would just ping, Titan or whoever.
Right.
Hey, we're coming by that morning. No need for the homeowner to do anything, just to let you know. Appraisal scheduled. Something like that.
Okay.
Appraisal schedule, let the homeowner know. We don't need to talk to them about it, something like that. And my team will post that note in their AccuLinks.
Okay. I let them know we had it scheduled for 11, so let me see. They probably did that already, I'm sure. Let me see. Note to contractor, schedule. Yeah, maybe they didn't. I'll just let the homeowner know. It's pretty ghetto.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Probably pit bulls in the yard, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, keep going.
All right. I'll do my thing.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
See ya.
Okay. So the other appraiser is not going to be here. You think we need this?
Yeah, just in case for the wind. We go outside. I just want to have that in there just to get you.
Okay, so the other appraiser's not going to be here, so we're just going to go. I might knock on the door. We'll see. It doesn't really look like anybody's home, but I'm just going to get the information I need. It should be pretty quick. So, and then after he gets here, does his thing, we'll reconnect and kind of try to negotiate what we believe the outcome should be. So we'll jump out and take care of this very quickly. It should go quick. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It helps us keep bringing you this great roofing content. Thanks for watching. TSM Roofing, we got you covered.